I play with Master a bunch of times and we win a bunch of games. So as a player, I started playing in 2016 when I saw Jazer and the freestyler communities. So I started being a freestyler, and around 2021 I decided to jump into the competitive scene because I thought freestyling was a little bit boring. I had a little bit of a limited career because I was keyboard and mouse, so I couldn't have the same freedom in the movement in the car as the other players. So I was a little bit slow, and that led me into know more about the game than being the flashy player of the team. I started coaching some players around the Portuguese community like Vadim. Then I saw that the kid was too good for the entire community and he needed a teammate to win the Portuguese league. So I decided to retire, play with him those leagues. So I won a Portuguese Cup, I won the Portuguese League, and then represented Portugal in the FIFA E, where I did a terrible result, but I was a starter still in the Rocket League scene, so I didn't know too much about the game still. It was a good experience. I decided to quit playing the game afterwards and focus on the coaching because I got an invitation from a bubble player from the ENC scene to coach them. And I went from nothing to a top 17 in North America, and then I decided to come back to EU, take a break, and I represented Novo. Now I'm representing Triple Pop with Biba, and now I'm top 6 in the RLCS. Let's see the next weeks how it goes. And about the Hungarian team, I got invited by Biba, and if I got invited to another teams, in the beginning there was still a little bit of if I would be a part of the Portuguese team or not, but I decided to fully commit to the Hungarian team afterwards. I think the national championships are, if not, I think they are the most important because they will impact about the community of the countries itself. I think, for example, some countries like Portugal and Hungary and those type of countries that Rocket League is not a big game in it, need this type of promotion into the game, so the game starts being more played. Countries like France, Saudi Arabia, Germany, and for example Brazil, they have huge communities, and some countries like this they don't. Basically, promoting this type of tournaments and making these tournaments part of the community itself is a good thing, and I think having these FIFA and ENC tournaments together in a year is good. I think they could be better planned because they're all in the same time zone, they are in the same time, so it's everything rushed. I think they would need a better planning in that sense. I think like the national championships are, if not more important, or the same importance as the RLCS ones. Apart from the other coaches, like I actually spent too much time studying the game. As being a 19, sometimes people think I don't know much about the game, which is normal. I mean, I'm 19, so I'm young. Normally I'm younger than some type of players in my team, but for example in Novo I had 2 players older than me, Juk and Chronic, and I think like being young and being the coach I am, I think I learned a lot from these experienced players, so then I can bring this experience that I got into younger players, like for example Biba and those that are in my team, and Motion as well is the same age as me. I think like some coaches of Rocket League, even though they name themselves mental, they are just people trying to hype up the players, and that's not bad, but I think like there needs to be a mixing between gameplay coaching and mental coaching, and that's not like only a gameplay or a mental coaching. I think like I have more gameplay, but I also keep the mental of the players stable. So we start the day coming to the boot camp, then everyone here, even me, plays 2v2 ranked. I play with Master a bunch of times and we win a bunch of games, and we do 2 hours of scrims. In the first day we came here and did 3 to pick up the pace, and the other days we decided to only do 2 hours of scrims, and afterwards, if anything, we do the replay review after the scrims, depending on the results of it and depending of how the players played. If it gone well, I normally look at the replays alone afterwards, and if I have something important to say individually, I pick up the player, I bring him to my computer and I show him the problems and how he needs to fix it. If there's something that I think is globally in the team, that game planning wise, I bring the entire team before the scrim and I explain them what's wrong and how they can fix it. It all depends. Like for example, one thing that I take care of on the communication of the game is how they talk within each other. For example, there's certain communication that need to be assertive, and there's some type of communication that need to be more calm. For example, if they are doing an air dribble and someone is floating, they just can say that he's floating, but if someone is immediately challenging, they need to put more power into the communication, so they will normally say and scream one up, which will make the team immediately know and think, okay, I need to be, that's it, because there's a strong communication on their ear telling them what to do. Normally it's the context of the game that demands the communication. So for example, and even in competitions they are more nervous, they tend to speak more, they tend to fail more communications because they are nervous. And what I do is when we get scored on or when we score, tell them to shut up, I tell them to rest in the seconds they have, so they take a little bit of rest, and then when the game starts again they can fully communicate, fully fresh, to play more the game and to stop caring a bunch about the rank or about competition with other people. I think a bunch of players, specifically on Hungarian and for example my country, the Portuguese, the Portugal community, I think they care a lot about placements. I think they care a lot about I'm better than you and that's it. No, like in the end of the day, like you guys haven't like a top 16, you guys haven't done a day 3, like, and there's simple steps that you guys need to take before like taking those big steps. And I think a bunch of players, they only look at the final course and they look at the achievements itself, but they never look at the preparation, so they keep forgetting a bunch about the consistency that they need to achieve those tops and those placements. So for the Hungarian community, I would say to keep grinding about the game like ours. Stop playing ranked 3v3, it doesn't help anything. Keep playing 1s and 2s, it helps a lot. All the players that are here in this team play a lot of 1v1s and 2v2s, and that's why they are better, because practice at 1v1 and 2v2. Ranked 3v3 is a waste of time, don't play it for God's sake. Keep playing 2v2 and 1v1, spend time learning the card movement, spend time talking with a good group of friends, because sometimes there are good players but they have a really bad friend group that bring them down or bring them up in situations where it doesn't really need to be that way, and to focus on themselves. So if we look at all the invited countries, I think like there's some countries that I don't think they are so good, and we can even look at the rating itself, and I think like some countries are not valued as they could be. I think Denmark and Morocco are too low for the ranking itself. I think they should be more of a top 10, because for example we look at players like Tempo, Nico and Edgeby, and I think it's Fruity the coach, and they are like players with good tops. We look at the top 10 and there's Meshik with Povo. I don't even know who that guy is. The ranking itself is quite bad in some type of way, but I think these two countries could have been in a better ranking, because I think New Zealand is too high. I think Pakistan, I understand the choice, but I think like there's countries like Yemen that have better players. For example, I know this guy, but if I look at Pakistan, I don't know anyone from that team. And I'm pretty sure if I go to the second page, there's teams that are more interesting from these type of areas than those. For example, Indonesia, there's LCT. My top 16 choice, if I would rank and I would predict the countries that would go forward, I mean, would be every single country that are here until Meshik. I would put Germany and Belgium as well. I would put Canada as well as the contenders. Make even the top 8. Argentina and Denmark as well. Hungary, Italy, Portugal, even Ireland as a strong team to perform, and Austria as well. I think we are going against Austria. I think it's going to be a good match between us two, but I think we will win, sure away.